Hello out there in HFG land. Casey Craig, founding partner of Highlander Financial Group, and today we are continuing our series, which we call Get to Know Your HFG Team Member. And today we have our youngest and quite possibly our brightest member in Landon, Oddono. Landon, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well, Casey. How about you?
Good. Landon has expressed a bit of nerves this morning. He has no idea what I'm going to ask, but we're going to get through this. It's going to be great. Yeah?
I'm excited.
Okay, good. So let's start with your upbringing. Where are you from?
I am from, well, I was actually originally born in Virginia, but left there when I was like 1 year old. Went to Erie, Pennsylvania, which is where I
Did you go there by yourself, or did your parents take you there?
No, I went there with my parents. Spent, pretty much till end of high school in Erie. Went to college at Penn State, and then went back down to the Virginia area for work. So.
And what about your family? Your mom, your dad. What did they do for a living? Or?
So my dad was is a pilot for JetBlue. Getting ready to retire here pretty soon. My mom is retired now. They live back in Erie and are looking to get out of there given the miserable winters.
Literal snowbirds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Got it. Okay. Cool. Did you play any sports?
I did. I played football and baseball. Baseball was my passion. I pitched up until high school, and then was thinking about playing in college, but I knew I wasn't going to go pro, and it seemed like it would have been a full job on top of school, and decided to hang up the glove.
Okay, so you went to Penn State. Tell us about, after leaving Penn State, what was your mentality? What were you looking to do? What ended up happening?
Yeah, so my favorite class was economics. I liked math, I liked numbers, and I was really good.
By the way, said no one except Landon.
As I was saying that, I was thinking that. But I enjoyed it, and I did really well at it, and I had always done really well with numbers.
Yeah.
So I thought, finance, and specifically financial advising, because I enjoyed talking with people and working with people.
You are definitely a people person.
Yes. So I thought that would be a good path for me, but I didn't really know how to necessarily get into that industry because, I'd heard and read in my research and interviews that, you kind of start, a lot of these companies, you start at the bottom as a sales rep selling to, your family members.
Yeah.
And I
don't get me started.
I wasn't really comfortable with that. I didn't, I wanted to find somewhere that I could, learn from an advisor and not have to just try and sell stuff that I didn't know anything about. So I reached out to my cousin PJ Haran, who was with a partner at Highlander, and just asked for his advice. I wasn't really expecting anything in particular. I was just saying I'm interviewing at these places and kind of giving me a weird feeling. What's your advice? And he was like, these are the things you should be, kind of cautious about. Let me think about if, talk to Casey if there's potential for you to join our team.
I said no. No, there was no. I told PJ there was no potential for his cousin to join our team. That's a fact.
Well, so I don't know what went on behind closed doors, but I ended up joining the team, and here we are, coming up on 5 years later.
That's right. And I've been wrong ever since I made that statement. I'll go on record as saying that. So probably at this point, we're gonna show a photo of Landon and PJ when they were young, and if you can recover from that, we can continue with the interview after that. But it's a very unique opportunity. Okay, so now we're at HFG. What's that journey been like?
It's been, I'd say, challenging in the best way possible. You, like I was talking about with the, looking at getting into the industry, there was that, kind of cloud over the financial advising industry where if you were getting in at a young age, you were going to be forced to just sell.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been the complete opposite of that with Highlander. I got to learn with, experienced, brilliant advisors, Casey, PJ, Mariah, Dave, and from a young age just learn and get involved in these situations that I wouldn't have had the chance to get involved in anywhere else. And in doing so, I got to learn advanced topics and subjects and ideas really early on, and my growth in getting that exposure has just been, I think, exponential. I mean, I feel like I've grown a ton, which I wouldn't have, I don't think, anywhere else. And it's challenging, but I love it, and
I think it's worth pointing out that before you joined us, both PJ and I, and a couple of other of the members of our more detached team, were sales managers in this industry, and our job was to hire people. And so the issue you're discussing, which is we hire a new person, we ask them to get licensed, and then we ask them to go talk to people that know more about the product they're trying to sell them than they do themselves, and that's always been a thing for me. And I never wanted to be a part of a sales organization anyway. I wanted to the selling for us to be just on our service and what we do, and then let that lead to what it leads to, and I think that's what we are. So when did you exactly start with Highlander?
I started the September right after COVID, so September 2020.
September 2020. What's changed since then? So you joined in September 2020. Industry-wise, a lot has changed, obviously, but what do you see as the key or the largest, sort of moves?
I mean, I think it can be said with anything, any industry. I think it's especially affected the financial advising industry, technology. AI, we all talk about AI, but it really has become something to pay attention to, especially in our industry. And I think there's the shift towards a more technology-based practice.
Mm-hmm.
That's been the thing that I've noticed the most. And like you always say that clients might not even notice it. They might not notice the technology on their end because some of them might be older or whatever and don't really like the technology side of things. But we as advisors can use it on the back end.
That's right.
To make ourselves more efficient and in turn the client's life better off. So they might not even notice, but we.
Yep. So that's the next question. What has changed about your opinion of AI, artificial intelligence? But 3 years ago, what did you think it would be for us in our practice, and what is it now?
So I think when you're first thinking about AI 3 years ago and you hear it, you think, let's use example of financial advising, that it's going to be able to solve where to invest in the market, to give us those answers and do some wizardry to predict how the market's going to return.
Yep, I think that's a good answer. Yep.
We use it not like that at all. We use it as one example, a note-taking assistant. Right. It transcribes client meetings and organizes the notes so we don't miss anything, and then we can send a follow-up email to the client with the information that we just discussed. We can create a workflow from that transcription. It allows us to be more organized and efficient and not doing anything crazy, but just helping to.
I think the easiest way to explain it is it's like having another one or two employees that make us better or make us more available
Mm-hmm.
to be better for the client, right? Well, I saved probably the most important question for the last. Why am I the best boss?
You are the best boss because you listen. I was gonna think of a joke answer, but that is the best. You listen to what people say and not just sit there and pretend to listen. You actually listen and take in what they're saying and what they care about, what's important to them, and make that important to you. And I don't know, can't speak for anybody else, but I am lucky that I have that in a boss.
Thanks. Well, we at Highlander are lucky that Landon's here. He literally is the glue to our team. He makes everything we do better every single day, and without him, we would be we'd be rowing with one oar. So thank you for your service to Highlander and to our clients. And for those of you out there in HFG land, please stay tuned. We have a big year planned. A lot of great interviews coming up with clients that we have that are sort of special people in that they have very interesting backgrounds. So we're gonna be bringing those to you in short order. So stay tuned and make sure you like us and follow us. And as always, have a great day. Thanks.